I just want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I gotta fucking pick up.
This probably seems a lot better.
Yeah.
So as close as. Kind of weird seeing this.
No, bro. Do whatever make you comfortable. You feel me? But you feel me?
Makes me want to fucking like. Oh, we're live right now.
Yeah.
Okay, because your responses sound kind of like. Where you sound like you're fucking like doing an assignment or something. It is kind of funny. That's hilarious. Like looking at this screen is kind of weird, and like camera and all that shit. It makes me want to get it back.
Yeah, they okay. You're really clean for real.
Yeah, I fucks with it. I was thinking about getting one like for because I'm about to get into DJ. So I don't know how soon, but I've been looking at a lot of like DJ. I don't know. I think that's. I have a story about like. So there's like this home video of like me and. It was me and my brother. We had our this was my second Christmas, his first Christmas, I think, and we ended up. So my parents got me like a drum set, and I'm playing on it like regularly, you know. But then at one point, I like in the video, I dropped my sticks and I like scratched the fucking head. Like I'm deep. I thought that shit was like kind of. So I kind of look at that as like, you know what? There's a lot of musical ability with. Like really attack and try to pursue if I really wanted to.
That what started you with music?
A lot of like reflection, yeah. But music has kind of been like a big part of my life.
He was a band kid.
Hell yeah, I was a fuck.
What instrument? Percussion?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Bro, what's up with the woodwinds?
Woodwinds?
Why you even hop on the woodwinds?
Nigga, because okay.
I was a saxophone.
Bro, because saxophone is sexy. Like, that's a sexy ass instrument. But there's no, I mean.
I can't be nobody. I can't be a flute.
Kenny G is the only woodwind nigga that could probably serenade somebody. At least somebody that I know for sure. Like, I don't know.
You think you could sauce up a girl with a flute?
With a flute? Hell yeah. If I tried to. If I really tried, if I like learned to play the flute.
A piccolo?
Like, yeah, bro. The Pied Piper. Bro, the Pied Piper make you do anything, bro. Shit. There's so many fucking things. Ooh. You really wanted to just manipulate her mind, man. Pied Piper, that nigga was. Fuck. Strawberry. Space.
Damn, bro, I ain't gonna.
What made you want to fucking like do this for real? Because I know you talked about doing a pod.
Yeah, I tried it the first time, you feel me? Like, things, you know, I didn't really have everything. Really, I didn't really have a direction ready to go in.
Trying to just talk to me.
Yeah, man, I like to see what's be on people's mind. Really, like, get into deep dive and, like, really, truly to understand different people, different perspectives. Like, that's what I do every day, really. I go to work, I ask people stuff. Hey, bro, how you feel about this? How you feel about that?
Type shit.
Now, a lot of people think it's a dumb question, but it really gives me a feel about who you are as a person.
Bro, speaking of questions, I remember that one. Did you FaceTime Lee when me and him were like?
That's crazy.
Me, him, and Rachel were like smoking and.
Yeah, I remember that one.
You remember that one?
Yeah, I
remember that. Yes. Are we gonna talk about it?
Probably not user friendly.
Bro, but like,
we know which one's worse.
Yes, we know which one's worse.
We know which one's worse.
Dog, like, bro.
I had somebody say, like, if there's even a question, why? Why is there a question?
It really shouldn't. I mean,
if you have to pause and think about it, you're a bad individual. That's what people are saying.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, either way, somebody's gonna like. It depends on how soon you get the repercussions from it.
It was very funny. After I said the last one, everybody's face just dropped,
bro. Because there ain't no way. Because there's no fucking way. Like, Damn that, bro. I'd rather can't do that shit. Some bullshit, bro. Damn. So, would you suck? Yeah. I can't even say that, can I?
What?
Bro, what?
That's
what can I say on this?
Nothing to get canceled.
Nothing could get canceled.
Nothing that could get you canceled, and also nothing like just outrageous.
Okay, well, I don't think this is an outrageous question. I feel like people have been given this question multiple times, and I'm pretty sure I know your answer to it.
I have parents.
I have parents that watch this shit.
We can talk about it after.
Bro, podcast is so monetized.
Huh?
Oh, it's so monetized.
After some point, it won't be.
After some point,
Yeah.
Well, you can't.
Let me get to like episode like.
Bro, why can't you just balls out right now?
I build it up. I was
What do you mean building up, bro?
I was a good kid.
Nigga, I couldn't do that with music. I mean, nigga, I was.
But that's music though.
Yeah, but I was a good kid too, bro. Like, nigga, I'm middle class, bro. I'm nowhere good.
No, but I'm saying like as far as like your music, right?
Yeah.
Your music to where like your parents hear it now, versus when you first started.
Even when I first started,
you were guns blazing when you first started.
Yeah, I went guns blazing when yeah, hell yeah. They heard me like cursing shit, and they were like, "A word." But that was
they
only
say nothing.
Nah, not really. The only thing that they do respect is like the fact that I don't like curse around them. Mm. But other than that, like I don't care. Like I go in, man, just kind of rip that fucking mic up. However I'm feeling, bro. Like I just have to, because you can't short your, like, you can't hold on to your feelings when you're trying to like make art. Let me say that. So regardless of like whether you're writing, you're a fucking journalist, if you're like if you're a musician, if you're a painter, if you're a sculptor, like if you do fashion, your emotions are everything to you, and every emotion that you have is valid. You should be able to display that through your work. And if you can't do that, then you're not giving yourself the vulnerability of like what it means to make art.
Can art ever go too far?
No.
Like, even like,
okay, maybe in the eyes of like society, yeah, like maybe everybody's gonna have a certain opinion, like why do you have a bunch of dicks, you know, like a collage of dicks on a fucking like painting or whatever. But maybe that could be a story for like, you know, maybe it could be like an abuse story.
You ever be like watch? You ever look at the art in the Union?
Yeah.
And be like, what is this?
Yeah. I feel like you can do that with any art though. If you really think about it, you can just look at an art piece and like just try to like fake like you know what the fuck
art be making me mad. It'd be a red dot. What is this? It's supposed to represent absence, but everything. No, bro, it's not.
Imagine you got a fucking woman on your fucking shoulder, bro, and you don't even like know her like that. You're on like maybe second, third date type shit, and y'all go to a fucking art museum, and then you look at that one red dot, and then you gotta fucking like come up with this like big ass explanation to like what you think it is and shit. Yeah. Like if you really look at art, bro, like you can say anything about it. And there's not really like a wrong answer to it. It's just your opinion and your like perception of like what you think the art is.
I feel that in a way because like, there's artists that have a giant fan base,
right?
But I just can't understand it.
Nah,
it's like Tyler Creator. Like I got nothing against him. I just like his music just not for me.
Well, yeah, because you don't relate to it. Like there are certain like. I don't know. The thing about Tyler is, at least for me, like when I think about Tyler, I think about his bars. I don't really think about like his personality or anything, because that's him as a whole human, and like his personality speaks through his music. Like he's funny sometimes, but he's witty and he's fucking like.
Yeah, I can't judge the person.
Yeah, for sure. But like as far as the music goes, though,
yeah,
not everybody's gonna relate to it. That's like me like trying to listen to Billie Eilish, bro. I can't relate to that.
Or Megan.
Or Megan, yeah. I can't.
See her music cool.
Megan or...
It's not something I can sing along to.
Megan or Billy?
Megan.
Oh, okay.
I can't just... Like, I can't be in a car, full blast, stop at a red light, he look at me, I look at him, I'm banging Megan.
No, hell no.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
you know what I'm saying? I just can't...
I mean, you could if you wanted to. Like
I can do that with Glorilla. Do that with some Ice Spice songs.
She sounds so much of a man. Glorilla, bro. She sounds so like when she raps. Shit is like.
Yeah, they say finally a female artist I could play.
That shit is low key.
You think so?
She got too deep of a voice, bro.
I mean, that's just her voice.
That's her natural voice, bro.
Yeah.
Like even when she talks, I never heard her in interviews or nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's. I think that's like when it's raps, but like her voice sound good on camera. It's like on the beat, like
on the beat, she just
like I could tell that's a girl,
right? But she sounds like Pop Smoke. She sounds like she's a chain smoker.
But some people just have that type of voice.
True.
It's not like
true.
They can't really avoid it.
True. Yeah, you're right. I feel like I get into that too much. And I don't mean to hate on the person, but like that voice just sounds weird to me. Like I don't know. Like when I hear like a female artist, obviously like it doesn't matter. Like I support any fucking female.
Me
like,
too. I think it's amazing.
Hell yeah. Any female artist like coming up right now is
especially like rapping.
You're doing your thing for.
Especially rapping, like it's like
if you could
break into that industry, like.
If you could bar out, that should be so fucking crazy.
Cause like I know like girls in the music industry itself isn't uncommon because you got a whole bunch of singers,
right? But
you don't normally see girls just rapping and making it as big as like Ice Spice or Glorilla.
Yeah, but when you think about people that make it big like that, it's because of like radio hits type shit. Me personally, I like it. I like music the way that it was before, like early 2000s, like early 2000s, 90s, 80s is like my realm of music because that's pretty much when rap was kind of starting to like really transform and become this big ass thing. And for the game to evolve, obviously you have people like Ice Spice and Megan Thee Stallion and like Cardi B and all these other fucking like Glorilla and shit.
Cardi B.
I'm not hating on nobody. Right now.
Cardi B up. She above them.
She above. She's above them.
She might be on Nicki level. She might be with Nicki.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to listen to her. WAP is probably like the only song that I'll like listen to for real. Because that shit, bro, the beat goes so fucking hard, bro. Like listening to shit in headphones, like at a high volume, especially if you got some fucking like AirPod headphones, bro. Like that shit knocks for real. And that's how I listen to music and that's how I produce. Like I have to. For a very long time, hold on. So before I go into that, I need to finish my point on like female rappers. So female rappers, like, I don't know. There's not enough like Lauryn Hills. There's not enough like Erykah Badu's. There's not a lot of people that, I don't know. Maybe like there's some motivation and some like inspiration behind those artists, but I can't listen to the female artists today because it all just kind of it's all radio hits. Don't get me wrong, they have bops and I really do like the music that they make. However, it's just nothing that I would listen to. I remember seeing like a video like where like Ice Spice like used to listen to like Kendrick Lamar all the fucking time, and like that was her like motivation to like start doing music. Apparently she would listen to like To Pimp a Butterfly like up until like I don't know, until she got her start. And it's so crazy because like I honestly thought Munch was gonna be her only shit, and then she popped out with more shit.
It just might be the most famous song.
It is, yeah, because every artist has that one song that's gonna like
like you got SZA. Everybody knows it's The Weeknd.
Oh yeah,
everybody knows that's her song.
Oh hell yeah.
And then you got Ella Mai. You got like Not Another Love Song. Oh, Boot Up too. Shot Clock. She got a couple. She got a couple of hits. She got a couple.
Bro, her
Naked, and then 10,000 Hours too. By Ella Mai.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think if I heard them, I probably recognize them, but I don't know them by them. Because I always listen to like I don't know, like when I turn on the radio, I like I'll hear it. I'll hear certain songs and shit, but it's nothing that I like. It's just something to listen to. It's nothing for me to kind of like recollect or reflect or even try to like be motivated by it. That's just not what I. However, I do appreciate everybody in every genre that attempts to make music. We all have this dream, right? Like we all have this. Yeah, exactly. It's like it feels like you're right there, but you got all this like life shit hitting you, bro. And
it takes one good song to go viral.
Yeah, for real. If you really just like put in the hours for real. And I don't even think I've done that yet. Not even with like the album that I dropped. Because now don't get me wrong, I've had a few of those beats for like a couple of years.
You personally feel like you're not putting in as much time as you need to, or as much time as you want to?
I'm not putting in as much time as I need to. Because when I first started, that was all that I did. But you know, COVID hit and that kind of took a toll on everybody. I had to work, and every time that I come home from work, bro, like I just be mad fucking exhausted. Like there was a point where
he was working overnight.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, well, but this
that was
like,
after the fact. That was after.
Nah, well, it was kind of like during. So basically, the whole like how it all went was like freshman year I started making beats, right? And that's when I was like really falling in love with it. And so I was doing it like damn near every day. Like thinking what's something new that I could like kind of change and kind of make. Then, you know, COVID hit, so I wasn't able to like really connect with nobody the way I wanted to. So I was just making beats at home. But the problem was like I was starting to work at Amazon from like 7 to 2 Sunday through Thursday. So every time that I came home, I'd have the evening time to make beats, but I noticed that it started getting to a point where I wouldn't make beats every time that I came home. I would like, you know, maybe smoke a little bit and sleep. And then when I left that job and I went to Slim Chickens in Keller, that's when I stopped. That's when I kind of like slowed down on making music. It was just because I just kept working, bro, and like. My thing was like that. I'm working on a balance right now. I'm trying to find a balance for myself, like anybody, bro. Like, it's important to find balance within your life, so that way you don't feel like your head's like running in circles.
Find a balance between what you have to do, love to do.
Exactly. Yeah. So I knew I had to make money, but I was also in a position financially to where like I didn't have to work, but my dad was always like, you know, hey, always make sure you have some extra money in your pocket. So I pull up, you know, go to work and do my shit, and then I come home, and sometimes I'd be like, I wouldn't be motivated to do it. But if I did make something, I'd work on one song for maybe like 2 weeks. So like maybe I'll come home and I'll make a beat, and then I'll have that beat like on a loop, and what I'll do is before I have it all like mapped out and constructed into an actual song, I just send the loop to myself, and then I start writing lyrics to it, and then when I go back in and I record myself and I write lyrics and shit, that's when I go back and I cut certain parts and I add certain effects and do all this shit and then really construct the song. That can take up to about like 2 to 3 weeks for me. And that's only because like I'm working a lot, and when I don't work, I like to chill, which is kind of not the best thing. But I also recognize, you know, nothing lasts forever, and nothing is ever promised. Like tomorrow is not promised, so you gotta do everything that you kind of want to do and need to do. But I like to do more what I want to do rather than what I need to do because of that philosophy. And I'm in a position where I don't have to, where I'm not struggling as much, so I can do that. However, I feel like it's made me kind of lazy over the course of like the past few months, and that's mainly just because like I got tired of that job, bro. Lowe's was really and I didn't like that, bro, because they would never I don't know, they just didn't like.
What's it, Lowe's itself, or what's the shift?
It was probably Lowe's itself, man. Because if you really think about it, everything that you told me, and then everything I was dealing with in the back, just showed that like there was no department in that store where I'd be like genuinely like content with and then make some money. Because obviously there's always gonna be some bullshit at the job.
You know what's so crazy?
What?
There's like 6-7 people on the truck now.
6-7 people on the truck. In the back? That's crazy.
Every day.
That's crazy. That's wild.
They be getting out before.
Do they pull people from
no.
What, bro?
Just straight scheduled.
That's wild.
I know, right? Like right after you leave, they go get the help.
That's so gay. Cause like I really need. Forgive me.
Like y'all in there till like 12 a.m.
Yeah, because there was only like 3 of us at the time, bro, and that shit was like upsetting. And I was like, bro, I don't know how long I could continue to do this. But it's good that they got the help. I mean, that's probably
they be clearing it now.
Yeah, now they do. I don't even know what the hell. I don't know what that was about. But I wasn't finna keep. I just wasn't. But now that I hear that there's more people back there, I don't know. I might try to get that job. I mean, I walked out, but niggas always need help. So I know that I could probably get that job back. However, is my ego gonna allow me?
You could use this time to make music.
I could use the time to make music, but I have to get like at this point I have to like start working to get a job, bro. Because I haven't. I mean, I've been chilling and shit, but you know, my laziness has started to kick in, and I recognize it. I don't like that. I don't like being stagnant for too fucking long. I didn't mind going in when the help was sufficient, but
it's only when the help's not.
Right, and then it's like now I'm looking at all these other fucking departments, and then we gotta come in and like clear the back because niggas in the front don't know how to organize shit, and that causes us to fucking, you know, take a lot longer to get the truck started. And then not all of us are forklift certified. And I damn sure should have fucking stayed and just got that forklift certification. Hell, I probably would have been a lot more up than I am now. But is it something I want to do? No, I really don't want to keep working for people. But that's just what you have to. That's what I have to do. And I have to do it because at some point I gotta turn in my pay stubs to Uptown, so I can fucking sign the lease, so that way they can like, you know, allow me to stay there type shit.
You similar to my cousin a lot of ways, because y'all both do music. Mm-hmm. Like he was only ever using like a job as a means to an end. Mm-hmm. Like he was like, I'm not working here because I want to, or because I don't have to. Like if I have to be on a job for a year, I'll do that. And then all of a sudden he just got tired of it. Not tired of like the job itself. He got tired of where he was. He felt like he was getting stagnant. So he just upped and moved out there to Austin.
Oh shit!
Just nothing but him in his car just to go pursue his music dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like the milestones that he's been making, like getting all these performances and everything. Like he going out there for real.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know, cause I like a part of me wants to do that like so bad, but another part of me kind of like.
What's stopping you? I mean, you be having your performance with the BSU.
Are you talking about like Poetic Justice?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Do you count those as performances?
I do count those as performances, but I don't know, man. It feels kind of hard to sway that crowd, like. Because the thing is, I don't know. When I think about it, I like to humble myself sometimes. And I understand that, like, I have a gift and I have talent. And I know that I have talent, but I try my best to, like, try to stay humble about that. But when they, like, that one performance, like, when they, like, when the mics weren't working, that kind of sucked. Like, I was honestly upset about that. Because there were people that...
There's people rocking with it, too.
There were some people rocking with it, but a lot of people were just having, like, side conversations and, like, being on their phones type shit. And, like, at some point, I just wanted to be like, hey, man, like, I'm out here doing this shit for real, and I would just like for y'all to listen. But I thought that was just, like, what was already, like, understood. Like, because when you think about going to, like, a poetry slam or something, you give the performer, like, your utmost silence and respect. Like at the end, you like, you know, snap the fingers or whatever, bro, and like that's what they just stopped doing that. And it's like, because when I first went last year, they definitely did that for real.
I feel like when I went there, like when I was there watching you perform,
yeah,
watching everybody around, like peeping out the vibe. I'm really good at peeping out vibes.
Yeah,
like I was watching how the stuff that like we had on, and then stuff everybody else had on. How everybody else was interacting with each other, into like small groups.
Right.
Groups. I feel like at that event, that specific one, I don't know about any other one that Poetic Justice that be going on, but that one that I went to, I feel like a lot more people were going there to be seen rather than to hear other people.
Got you. Yeah, I kind of hear what you're saying. Yeah, because everybody was like kind of dolled up and shit. There were a lot of like, yeah.
Everybody trying to say, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
I showed my face.
Type shit, yeah. But that's only because you're. Yeah. Well, but then again, like, you know, people kind of just dress the way they dress just to look good. And sometimes that's an everyday thing.
Yeah,
but,
for a lot of people.
But I kind of do get what you're saying. Like, there weren't a lot of people that weren't, like, drippy. Like, there was quite a lot of drip going on in that crowd. So, yeah, maybe people were kind of, like, trying to get...
I can understand, like, the performers. Like, be, like for people.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta get dripped down for a performance. At some point, I was about to just fucking voice crack. At some point, I was about to fucking just perform in my pajamas, bro. I was about to be like on some J. Cole type shit, bro. Like, I'm not wearing nothing flashy, but niggas gonna hear my voice for real.
Yeah.
Like, I know that there's gonna be a point, like, there's a lot that I'm realizing now, and I feel like I'm much more closer to that threshold than I realized. But there's a lot of things now that I'm recognizing that I could, like, put off, and things that I can, like, kind of put on. So this spring break, me not doing shit and just sitting on the couch and just, like, smoking weed every fucking day, like, I realized a lot of things. I realized that I didn't like being stagnant, and I don't like being lazy. I realized that when I do smoke weed, I'm more selfish than I am, like, selfless. And then on top of that, like, I don't have the capacity to, like, I have an authority issue, kind of. So when people, like, try to, like, tell me to do shit, or they try to, like, you know, motivate me to go in the right direction, like, I kind of push away from that. And that's mainly just because of, you know, certain shit in my background that I gotta overcome. But I typically just don't like, I already see myself as my own boss, kind of. Because you kind of have to be in that mentality if you really want to, like, make it as an artist. But you also have to practice, like, being. So, yeah, sometimes, like, what I recognize now is that, like, I could have more of an open ear, and I could sacrifice a lot of things rather than, you know, just do everything that I wanted, like, in the moment. So, like, recently, me and Kisa, right? Like, she watches a lot of K-drama. And me, it's hard for me to get into anime and shit because I just didn't grow up watching that. And then even when I do try to watch it, like, I could only maybe watch 2 or 3 episodes before I decide to want to do or watch something. And then, so what I was thinking, like, you know what? Because there are a lot of suggestions that she, like, gives for, like, Netflix and shit and, like, stuff to watch. Like, we're always watching something. So what I could do, like, now, instead of, like, just me being like, no, I don't like this, you know, just kind of give it a try and not be so fucking, like, in my head about this.
A lot of those animes, you gotta get to, depending on whatever she's showing you, you gotta get to, like, a certain point to where it gets, like, interesting.
I just really gotta be open. I just have to be more open to things.
Yeah, being open is, like, a really, like, hard, cause, like, stay closed, and especially with that, like, having, like, an authority, like, issue. Like, I have the same thing. Well, as far as authority, like, I'm like, bro, I just come in, do what I do. Like, that's all I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I had to, like, over, like, the past year, I had to, like, really learn, like, the authority.
Yeah.
To the point where I need to be, like, as far as, like, in my job, like, the person directly over me, person above them is, like, I respect you because of the position you have. And I kind of put limits on it. I'm like, I respect the position you have, so while I'm clocked in, I respect you up the chain.
Right.
But, like, in civilian life, it's like,
I don't have to listen to you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in civilian life, it's like, it's really hard for someone. Hey, you stop. I'm like,
no.
Like, who? Like, leave me alone.
Type shit, bro. Yeah.
And then, like, same thing with, like, motivation. Because, like, when somebody else tell me, like, to get motivated, it makes it seem like, are you just calling me lazy, bro? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, bro.
Right.
But then, I mean, like, but I've just really just been starting to listen. Because, like, they're, especially, like, family and friends, they're really not trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
They're just trying to say, hey, you gotta get this together.
Yeah. In a respectful way. They just want to see you succeed.
Sometimes you gotta say the hard words. Sometimes gotta get a little hectic.
Yeah.
To make people really understand.
Like when Brandon, like, bro, he trolls me with so much fucking Spanish at the house, bro. So fucking.
Oh, I hate it.
I hate it. Y'all think y'all got it bad, bro. I have it.
No, I guarantee you probably got it worse than this. We hate it all the time. I'm like, bro, stop speaking Spanish to us. Like, we don't care.
Bro, because, like, there's a thing, like, obviously, yeah, you know, you can be more attractive and you can get, like, a lot more job opportunities by being bilingual. But, like, it's not a necessity.
It's not a necessity for me.
Right.
I just don't care enough.
Right.
Like, you want to speak Spanish? Cool, right?
Oh, yeah.
Only problem I have is, like, him speaking Spanish is cool. It's him forcing it on other people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like, I don't force the stuff I like to do onto you.
Right. I just tell you about it.
Yeah, and I mind my business.
Right. And be like, hey, bro, make a beat right now. And then he'd be like, I don't know what the
yeah, but you're not constantly, hey, beat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro. Hey, let's get in the stew, bro.
You come over here. Tu comes manzanas? I'm like, like, bro, what? And then, like, he be thinking, like, we be really understanding, like, no, we were talking about something, and I can guess that you said that.
Bro, he does this thing where he'll repeat a phrase. He'll repeat a phrase so much and expect you to, like, get it after you keep repeating it, bro. And it's like, I can't. Like, you can't. Because one word may sound, you know, like it may sound a certain way to you, but it does. I don't understand what that means, man. Like I just don't. That's crazy. The fact that he does.
How many songs you got in the vault?
In the vault, I have too many. I have too many beats in the vault, but I usually make songs within the moment. So like when I release music, I don't the production process, like, it takes about maybe a good, like, 5 to 6 months to really make a fucking album. Because I listen to beats that I've already made, or I take that time to create new things and see what I can add to a certain, like, album and shit. But other than that, like, it really doesn't take me that long. But first, I listen to all the beats, and see, you know, what fits where. And then if I haven't already made a song about it, I go, like, down the line, down the track list, and I write. I just start writing. Like, I just start writing and see if anything hits, and if it hits, then that's when I'll go in, and then that's when more ideas start to pop up, and then, like, you know, it's over here type shit. Like OZ or Oz ounces, it's whatever you want to call it. That was I made that song maybe a good, like, 2 weeks before I dropped the album, and that was because, like, I found that sample on accident, and when I was listening to it, I was like, damn, automatic weed song. So I just took that shit and I threw my drums in there. Spice it up a little bit, and then I threw my lyrics on there. Lyrics didn't take me long at all, really. It didn't take that long for me.
Is it harder, like, producing your own beats, recording it, mastering it?
Not when you've done it for a long time. Like, but I still haven't really, like, there's still a lot for me to learn, because I've only really been, like, making, like, 40. That's including, like, made beats. Because the first 2 years, like, I only made beats, and then it wasn't until, like, I want to say summer of 2021 when I really decided, you know what, I'm just a single, because fuck it.
You ever thought about selling your beats?
Yes, a lot of times, but
has you ever, like, came close to selling a beat?
No. Well, I've sold a few, but only, like, locally. That's mainly just because, like, I don't know, like, my creativity isn't, like, where it used to be, so.
Cause, like, yeah, like, would you be, like, upset, like, if you were to, like, as you're going on your music career, you as an artist right now, you were to transition into the producer?
I wouldn't be mad, really. Like, my whole thing is, like, I would like to see myself, you know, as an artist, like, on the top Billboard 100s and shit. And if I never get to that point, I have good beats and I can still make really good money. So there's no room in the industry for me to fall because there's always something for me. Because I already have a niche for it. I just need to get more knowledge of it, and I won't really like lose it.
How big of a milestone would it be for you to hear your music on the radio?
Pretty huge, but I never really think I don't know, because I never really thought about being on the radio. I thought that I was always gonna be one of those artists that you only like play through
Apple Music,
yeah, like
Spotify.
You'd only hear from streaming services. You wouldn't hear it like on the radio, like. But I know a lot of people that have like if I have like 1 or 2 songs on the radio, I'd be pretty lit. I'd be pretty happy on it. But they have to be. It would have to make sense in my eyes. Like I don't want a fucking like a trap type like NBA YoungBoy type beat like on there, me rapping over it, and then that's the one like makes all the money. That's not what I'm about, and I don't want people to like listen to that and be like, "Oh, he's this, and this." Nah, that's not.
What genre would you say?
Hip hop, rap. Matter of fact, I just got this tattoo like maybe like a cool month ago, a few weeks ago, like the hip hop tat right here. I saw this when I was coming back from Oklahoma one weekend, and I saw it and I was like, I'm getting that tattoo. And it's mainly because I relate more to hip hop than rap. I feel like so hip hop is something that you do, and rap is something that you do. Now, rap being something that you live means that you're expressing everything that you see, feel, taste, touch, hear, like all of that. But rap, like hip hop, I feel like is more of like hip hop seems like more of a movement, because when you think hip hop, you automatically think like fucking boom boxes and cassette tapes and fucking like, you know, baggy fucking jeans and like typical like New York, like how New York hip hop is.
Terrible
basically.
box.
Terrible box. What do you mean?
Like haircut.
Oh hell yeah.
The one that be like up here,
like street dancers and shit with like the
Subway
cardboard on the floor.
Surfers.
Yeah, exactly. Like Subway Surfers type shit. Damn, that sounds dope. Sounds like a good Subway Surfers.
That game used to be lit.
It still is, but I don't play it like that not anymore. Cause did Temple Run come first? Temple Run came first, and then it was Subway Surfers.
I think so.
That's what I remember.
Dang, and I don't really even play games like that. It's really crazy, like how like as we grow up, like life like drift us away so far away from what we love to do in our dreams.
Right.
Because like because everybody know at the first you gotta pay rent. Like I gotta get rent money somehow. Now I got 20 to 40 hours, which could be productive to me.
Right.
Going towards job.
Right.
Then I got 12 to 15 going towards a university.
Yeah.
And then you know, I wanna live my life too a little bit. So I got hours going to friends, family,
right.
And then like less and less hours getting taken out like something like this, like they're supposed to been popping, been going on. But like I got stuff I gotta do, but like it's really hard with life and dreams, because like two sides same coin, but it's sure flipping heads a lot.
Mm-hmm. You. So what would you say, like, would there be anything that you would change as far as like your work ethic goes? Because I know like we don't see you like that. We really don't, and the only time we really do see you is like it's like work. Kind of like a group setting type.
Yeah, late at night.
But what a lot of like what I remember seeing this one post, and it was talking about like the less that you see somebody, like the more you respect them, because trying to do their own time. So
like I'm at work like all the time,
right?
Like, cause like there's stuff I gotta like there's certain things. Well, there's certain places I want to be in a certain amount of time.
Right.
In order to do that, I need a certain amount of stuff. Like I want to film more videos. You know, I can only go so far with just one camera.
Right.
So I need money to get another camera. I wanna I want to get cold at this game. So when I'm in front of these type of people, I can make a fire video.
Right.
I can on some chill stuff, just compete. Cause if I hop on a game, I ain't trying to lose. So can't play the game without the console. And like, I feel like once I get to that point, I'm very nearing the point right now.
Mm-hmm.
I get to the point where I have everything. Like everything, like, or at least I'm to
ever wanted.
Yeah, like I'm to the point where like there's nothing else I need to like get. Like this MacBook. Like Lord no, I didn't have enough money for it. Like this MacBook at the time was a terrible purchase. But like I knew I was like I need it. Like I need it for what I need to do.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah.
And so I just like I try to come around a lot, but it's never like this past week I worked 72 hours. I just gotta get straight to the bag at it. I don't know. I told myself I'm not working past 25, or at least traditional job.
Right.
Like the day before my birthday would be the last day. Like the last day I ever clock, like quote unquote clock into a place. I can work for myself. I could freelance. I could do whatever I want. Like I'm gonna be working for the rest of my life. But as far as like me having to like wake up 9 a.m. go to somebody else's stuff.
Right.
Punching numbers in a computer, click the clock in button. I'm just not rocking it because that's not where I want to be. Like my whole purpose, the whole point in my life, I want to lay back. Like my whole life, my mindset has been lazy, but my body is not.
Right.
Like I want to chill while making money.
Right. So what's the rush in doing all of that early? Is it simply because that's all you want to do for the rest of your life? Like you just want to chill and just sit on money?
Yeah. I want to be able to, so like getting to the bag will never stop, right?
Right.
I'm going to always make the money. But like as far as like, I want time to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Cause like I just never really like had the time to do that for real. I just, at like a certain point, like I've always had to be here. I always had to do this. I always had to do something for what it felt like. Yeah, productive. I always had to do something for somebody else. And like I've never like
really
been able
done
to,
anything for yourself.
Yeah, and I'm just now starting to do that. Like I'm starting to live for me. Like
yeah,
like I was always under the impression of like
you had to do it for somebody.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm doing this for my family.
Right.
I'm doing this because I want to look good in their eyes. I'm doing this because everybody, they counting on me, or like my friends, they depend on me to get this done.
Right.
Or like people put so high expectations.
Right.
And like I want them, and like at some point I want to meet them, but like you know what, I can only be as good as myself.
Right.
And like there's only so much time in the world, and like I don't want to just. And the reason why I want to get start relaxing at 25, I don't want to get there. Bam, 40. I've been working every day, paying off stuff, I'm just, you know, like I didn't really live for myself. Like I didn't do what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't go to the Bahamas, didn't go to Australia, didn't go to Bali.
Right.
Didn't do this with my life, didn't actually do what I wanted to do because I was stuck at a job, had to wait for a request got denied, now I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? I constantly want to grow. I never want to be in the same place for too long because I'm the fear of being stagnant. Like once there's no growth, it's like that's when I know I gotta go. Once I hit a level at a certain place, I like to leave.
You remind me a lot of my dad because when he grew up, the only difference is like he went to the Navy, so he was able to see like everything. But he'd been working like since he was like, I think when he like that was his like first job that he ever. But a family friend recently passed away. He told me a story about him, how they met up for a weekend. They went to go do lunch or some shit, and my dad was like, "Man, I gotta go home and I gotta do this, And his friend was like, "Hey, man, you can either do it, but you don't have to. Genuinely, just don't have to fucking do it." And I think it's because of that mindset that you were talking about. Like, you feel like you have to like keep working. Like, you always felt like you had to like go for it and never like actually do something. That's like you cleaning up your room, bro. Like if you clean up your room every day because you feel like you have to, like if you don't clean up your room one day, it's so I kind of relate to that. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, ongoing moving. It's like it just has to keep moving. If it's not moving, like what is it?
Right, but a lot of what I've basically been in that loop. I've been in that like stagnant stage for maybe like a good. That was because COVID hit, and during all that time, like right before COVID hit, I was going through a pretty like bad depression, and I was really like I was talking to people, and I was about to like really like turn everything around and start work done, part of the campus life and all that shit. Like immediately when I was thinking about doing all of that. Breaking news, niggas gotta stay in the house. Can't nobody go nowhere. So, and I didn't really make friends freshman year. So I was kind of just by myself a lot. So all I knew was me and my feelings, and my music. That's all I knew. So when I met y'all were like basically like my like gateway into like thinking, okay, I actually could, have some lifelong friends for real.
Yeah, we got really lucky at
Hell yeah, mad lucky, bro.
It's crazy the amount of people that was in the dorm hall. Not the amount, the group that was just in that dorm hall at the time. Like everybody was on the same page.
Yeah.
Not the same, but everybody was like wanted to be downstairs. Everybody wanted to like.
Yeah, everyone wanted to vibe. Didn't nobody want to be in their fucking room the whole fucking time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they just wanted to break out.
I hear about other dorms like everybody be chilling in their own room. I'm like, I'm kind of glad like the campus messed up and sent me all these different dorms,
bro.
And I ended up here.
Hell yeah. No, I used to be like that. Like freshman year, I didn't do anything, didn't see anybody, didn't go anywhere. I just like, I had my dad pin at the time. So I was just hitting that hole in the dorm, bro. And like when you hit that, like it's a higher concentration of marijuana. So it makes you a lot, at least for me, it makes me a lot like lazy. So when I was in that hole, like I wasn't doing it. Then when I met y'all, like,
it's crazy how like just being in the right place at the right time
can
really change your life. Like me, like I'm a 6th grader.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying. I'm still in that like phase to where like I really don't care about anything. I was in this program for smart people, actually like gifted and talented students.
Gotcha.
But like, bam, after the semester I get kicked out. I don't know why. I only failed 6 weeks. I don't know why they just didn't like me. I guess. I was that kid, first day of school, I didn't do his homework. Trying to do it in class.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was that kid that never, like, actually put the work together. Really do something.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Yeah.
So, like, I just... Wait, hold on, let me...
Damn.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
But you need this, right?
Yeah.
Do I unplug it or what?
Take it out. You can just take it. Nah,
this right here?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm saying.
Is the audio still going?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I'll charge this.
Hey, it wouldn't be a real screen without technical difficulties.
Fuck.
No, I'm saying I always try to keep uncharged. Baby, we back. You know what I'm saying? Where was I?
I forgot what the fuck. Like just talking about like your 6th grade.
Oh yeah. So I'm in this program called Atlas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bam, I get kicked out. So I was supposed to. So the school Atlas was at, right? It wasn't my home school. It wasn't the school I was supposed to go to based on where I lived at the time. Okay. But they let you slide if you were in the Atlas program. Blah, blah, blah. So normally you'll catch a bus to your school, then you'll catch a bus to the other school where Atlas was. And then, so I was supposed to go back to this school called Indian Springs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then, like, something very unfortunate happened where we had to move. We had to move from where we were in this giant house to this small apartment. Well, it wasn't that small, but compared to the house we were in, it was small.
Mm-hmm.
So then we had to move, and we moved down the street from the school. I was like at the Atlas school. Alice, it was really just one hallway within the middle school, but it was like there were 2 different students, the Alice students, regular students. Like bam, so right after I get kicked out, winter break, we move. So the school I go to ended up being still the same school I'm at. So I just basically switched hallways.
Oh, what the fuck?
And then so like I knew my roommate, Nate. I knew him all the way. We were both in the family, hooping outside courtyard.
Right.
After lunch, before school started, everybody hooping PE. I knew him, so we kicked it. Met my other roommate T-Jack there. We kicked it off. You feel me? We all just vibing. So bam, I knew my roommate Nate for like 3 years, like 3-4 years. Then till I found out about his family, and about his family, and like his family, like it really motivates me. You know what I'm saying? Out of respect, I ain't gonna say it. Well, I'm gonna tell you later.
Okay.
But I ain't gonna say it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like they really motivate me a lot because like seeing how they came from the same city as I did, and they had a dream and they went for it. They didn't just BS around. Once it started blowing up, it's like even now like going to the same school that they went to. Like it's almost as if I'm following footsteps. And I'm seeing them and like they being invited to events, being allowed access to like backstage, meeting other people who like followed their dreams and seeing how they did it. I'm like, that's really motivational. And like them being the age that I was, they started doing it really pushes me a lot farther. But like that's like just saying being in the right place, right time.
Right.
Like that unfortunate tragedy that happened to my family ended up being a blessing of its own.
Yeah, right.
Because I was able to be in the right place at the right time.
It's so crazy to fucking think about. Like, I don't know. I smoke way too much weed to the point where like I'm starting to believe shit that the average person probably doesn't believe. Like, I honestly think that there is another universe. I think that there are multiple universes, like multiple. So all of the like decisions that you make, that you like decisions that you made and haven't made, they exist somewhere else, and there's a whole like fucking timeline and everything. I truly believe that. I truly believe that it exists. There's just no way for us to access it right now.
I think, me personally, right, as a belief, like I'm a believer in religion, stuff like that.
Yeah. But
then, like, as a person, as growing up in this century with these people with science, I'm like, I had a hunch on my own, but I'm like, so you mean tell me, right? The Earth, right? The Earth is so much smaller compared to the sun, right?
Right.
And then you have our sun, which is so much, supposedly, right?
Right.
So much smaller than something else.
Right.
Like our sun is Earth to them.
Right.
Or less than Earth.
Right.
And you want us to believe that out of the infinite universe, that we're like the only ones here.
Yeah, I think
you know what I'm saying?
I think that's fucking stupid. Like people really think that we are like the pinnacle of like creation and shit.
We're not perfect.
No, not at all, bro. Because if we were perfect, bro, Eve wouldn't have done what the fuck she did, and then we all would have had a fucking. We'd be living in a utopia.
We all lose.
It'd be a very fucked up utopia.
I don't think utopias are good.
Why?
There's no without conflict, or like stuff going wrong. There's no room for improvement. If everything already works, right?
Yeah.
You can't improve it. It's like because it's simple. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Got you. Okay.
Because everything that we have, like everything that we have now,
right?
It's simply because there was a problem in place of that object, and that object was used to fix that problem. And with that product, it had a certain problem, so we fixed it. It's like a microwave. Food was getting cold.
So what do you think like the utopia would be for like this for this Earth?
It would be bad. It would like I don't know.
I feel like we'd like walk around naked. I feel like clothing really wouldn't be a problem. Like
nothing would. I think it would be more chaos than anything, because if everything works, everybody gets along. I think there'll be no differentiality from the next person. There'll be nobody being themselves as much because naturally, if no one in the world doesn't
have
like you,
hate.
If no one have hate, right?
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody likes each other,
right?
It's kind of weird, because you would want everybody to like each other,
right? But
that conflict, that problem leads to everybody evolving. Like there wouldn't be no black movement if everybody got along. There'll be no social rights movements. There'll be no LGBTQ movement. I understand, their movements, they should be all respected. And
are you saying we're not unique if we all agree on the same thing all the time?
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because you need both sides. That's what everything. Unfortunately, you need both sides.
It's so interesting how all that, and how technology just keeps evolving. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I think evolution is good, but we won't live to see it for very. I'm done with this earth at about 73. I don't even believe we're gonna see till. I don't think we're gonna see. We may not even see.
Hey, I want to see 50. I want to see 73. 73, I'm good. I'm good after 73. There's nothing left to do.
Hell yeah.
Because I don't want to be 130. 130 is outrageous.
I was trying to die peacefully, bro.
Imagine you went to your grandchild funeral. Mm-hmm. You 130. You just still kicking.
Have people lived for that long? People have lived for that long. People have lived longer than 100 at least.
Probably.
The oldest nigga ever.
Or at least unrecorded, probably.
Maybe 130. I think 130 was the max for somebody's lifespan.
What are you doing for those last couple years?
Shit, probably eating right, getting right, exercising and shit.
No, I don't think after a certain.
Bro, Betty White almost hit 100.
After a certain point, exercise will go out the door.
You still got old.
It's not gonna help you.
You still got old niggas though. Longevity, bro. If you take care of your body, bro,
it ain't gonna make you that far. Not 130.
You'll make it a lot further than you already. If you just continue to do the shit that you don't do without working out, run the risk of you. And that's only because I don't know. At least how I think about it, you have to be everything in moderation, obviously. But if you just straight just keep taking care of your body and just putting the shit in your body, and you're basically maxing it out to a certain age that you didn't even think that you'd be able to max out in. So if you hit 100, Betty White, she probably did everything right, but there was probably a point where she had to, kind of look at her diet and kind of be yo, I want to eat this, this, and this.
When do you think you'll get to that point?
When? So,
do you think there'll ever be a time you put down weed?
Yes, there will be. Right now, what I'm doing.
Snoop Dogg's still doing it.
Snoop Dogg's still doing it, but I'm not Snoop Dogg. Yeah, I'm not fucking Snoop. And I quickly realized that, bro. No, I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to break in between. Only reason why I've done it consecutively this week is because
it's
spring break. Yeah, basically. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to space it out within 3 weeks to a month now. And then maybe even But what I used to just smoke every day, every night, bro. And what I realized was, even though it was something I enjoyed doing, I didn't recognize that I was using it as an emotional crutch. So now I'm stuck in a loop of where every time I smoke some shit, I smoke because of an inconvenience. And now I'm trying to learn how to deal with inconveniences without rushing to that. So when I do take yeah, exactly. So when I take my breaks, I'm practicing being as humane as I can be. So that way I can recognize how I feel and what I feel and make sure that nobody's stepping over me when I'm sober nor when I'm high. I have to be able to. The thing, I don't get fucked up. That's a lie. I get fucked up, but I never get fucked up to the point where it alters my way of thinking. I always think the same thing every time. I remember I went to a bar, man, with my dad, and he was loaded for a little bit, but there were these people. I was drinking. I was swaying a little bit. I had some in my system. I was drunk for real, but my mind was still yo, I know where I'm at. I'm here with my that type shit. Like I'm still mapping out shit that I see and all the experiences that I'm living. So like when I'm talking to like maybe the waitress or some shit, like I talked to this waitress one time, we had like a full conversation type shit, and that was like within the time she had to leave and go help other people. She came back and like finished the conversation, and I was loose, bro. Like I didn't think about anything. I was just thinking about just keeping the conversation going. And that's mainly just because like, you know, I'm not one of those drunks that like acts up when they're fucking drunk. That's low key my dad. Like he kind of does that to an extent. Because when he gets too loaded, then he'll act a certain way. But my goal is basically to just eliminate all substances so I can just be a better version. Because I feel like I hinder that when I smoke weed. So I'm never like my full self.
So you think it's more like the weed itself, or the reason why you're doing it?
It has more to do with the reason, but also, you know, just me doing it. Because I mean, I've done it so long that now it's like
it's just habit.
It's an addiction, kind of. What I try to do is I try to like, you know, minimize that as much as possible. Once I realized that it was an addiction and it was something that was controlling my life, because I felt like I could have been a hell of a lot further than now, because. There were just certain things in my life where I just felt like, bro, there's like no escape, and I need some kind of like relaxation and some kind of like comfort, and that's kind of when I like ran to the weed. Because when I first smoked, I had a decision. There was this one chick that I was like that I was friends with. We dated like for a short period of time, like in the summer, and I still had feelings for her and shit. And she was dealing with some problems at home, and she needed to get out the house, and she wanted to go see Black Panther with me. But at that same time, I got a text from this one chick that I knew that I just met at Francis Tuttle. It's like this institute for like vocational, like trade school, basically. I met her there, and she was telling me like, yeah, like how she feels like when she smokes weed and shit. And because it was senior year, and I was getting close to that point where I was like, you know what, I'm getting older. Maybe I should kind of like let loose and kind of branch out and shit that makes me kind of uncomfortable. So at that same time, she texted me and she was like, hey, you want to come smoke some weed? So my thought process was, there was a better chance of me getting what I wanted had I went with the chick that I was smoking weed with, rather than me being a friend to this one person and going to this fucking movie theater. So I just thought about that, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go smoke this. And every day I think about it. Who knows, man? Maybe me and her would have actually ended up going a long way. Maybe she would have changed some shit about like how she felt, and I don't know. Maybe I would have stayed in Oklahoma and did college there, bro. But that's just it's just back to what you were saying about like, you know, just different experiences and shit, and like just how everything just falls into place. Like nothing is promised and nothing is predictable. Everything is unpredictable. It's about finding the gem in all that chaos. And I felt like the gem with me smoking weed was, you know, I actually met my life. And with that, you know, I found out that this is the kind of music I wanted to do. I wanted to rap, do hip hop, pay homage, and DJ and all that other shit. Met my girl, just a whole lot of shit, man. So, you know, that unfortunate circumstance did, you know, did unravel a lot of unforeseen events that I'm grateful for. So there's gonna be a point where I do put down the weed, where I don't wanna keep. I don't know. I don't like how it makes me feel anymore. I feel like it's more associated with laziness now. And I see that now because I know there were a lot of people that used to probably look at me that way and be like, man, this is lazy. Like,
because at some point, that like, you know, some people smoking to smoke.
Right.
They're just on board. We go smoke.
Yeah, and I have that problem still, and that's just something that I just need to work on for myself. A lot of what I kind of thought about was like when I went to therapy, like when I had like a therapist and shit. A lot of what I recognized was like everything that I was saying, he would agree with me. And I kind of, in a way, became my own therapist. It's like when you hear somebody like, or when somebody's listening to you and like they're just listening to listen, you start to like think about shit that you didn't think could help you.
There's no second guess process with yourself.
Right, exactly.
Because like when you have the other person saying, you weren't wrong.
Right.
You were right about this all along.
Exactly.
It's just like you were second guessing yourself whether something was right, something was wrong, how to feel about it. But now like you get that validation like, well, I wasn't. This is how I always felt.
I think the problem is like I think most mental health kind of roots from knowing what's right and knowing what you want. Obviously we all know what's right and what's wrong, but you know, there's just certain things in our lives that kind of prevent us from doing what's right. So we just do whatever we want. Is this holding me back? Is this something that's benefit me? Type shit. So I kind of like to think like the way I live life now. And this week really made me realize a whole lot of things. I have friends that genuinely care about me. I have a girlfriend that I genuinely care for. Like, she checks off all the boxes, like every single fucking box, bro. And there's just a lot of things that I need to learn to be appreciative about right now, because a lot of shit I kind of felt like I was a bit ungrateful for when I felt like, I think when I started smoking, I started gaining this ego of like, why is this happening to me? I deserve better, but I didn't go out to search for that. I mainly just expected people to do what I thought that they should. But, you know, you can't read. Nobody's gonna fucking like understand you. So, bro. How do you feel about your roommate? Does it bother you at all?
No, it doesn't bother me because you know people gonna do what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I can't avoid it.
Right.
So like I let them live their life.
Right.
They let me live mine, and like it's like a respect thing, sort of.
Yeah.
They don't come in here with it.
Right. Okay.
So like you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So in that aspect, like, because I'm not one to like tell anybody what to do with their own life.
Right.
I can only I can only suggest. At the end of the day, like, that decision you gotta make for yourself, because the way, like, my dad taught me, he was like, I can't help anybody who won't help themselves. Right. I can't do more for you than what you're willing to do for yourself. I can only push you so far. At some point, I gotta let go. And it's not me being a bad friend, like me being unsupportive of anything. Mm-hmm. Not just with them, but just in general.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? People get tired.
Yeah.
Like, you keep doing the same thing. I keep helping you waste my time.
Right.
And like,
when there's no progress,
I gotta back forward.
Right.
Like, cause the same time and energy I'm putting into you, I could be putting into myself. Right. I could be putting into another person that actually really needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Crazy. That shit. It's inevitable. I mainly just try my best to just think about. You know, my goal now is just to kind of be kinder. You know, be that friendly stranger. Regardless of it, like if it gets killed or not.
Yeah, I'm the rude stranger. Like I'm gonna be nice to you while telling you the truth.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I don't care. You be my best friend, my sister, my roommate. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Hey, you were wrong in that situation.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna side with you.
Oh yeah, but you can't necessarily convince anyone, because I mean they're gonna think what they want unless they're in this guy.
You know, man. Appreciate you coming.
Because I always thought about doing a podcast, but I always thought like, damn, I'm finna fucking overthink like everything that I'm about to fucking say, but really it's just popping it up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can shout yourself out.
Calling myself out?
No, shout yourself out.
I'll shout myself out. Hey, man. It's Idarronmclaren, bro, on all platforms, all streaming platforms, bro. Just released my album, Welcome to My Dungeon, man. Self-produced, made the beats, mixed, mastered, recorded, did everything, bro. And so there's a lot more to come. Maybe start seeing me at like live events or something like that, man. I'm thinking about a few. A reminder, man, be friendly to your neighbor, because you never know when you need to borrow a cup of sugar.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta live life. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get to where we gotta go while also doing what we have to do. We can't never forget about what we love.
Get that promotion. Smoke that weed.
Not too
much.
much.
Live your life. You got it. Whether you're fucking struggling or whether you're upper echelon, bro, just remember to humble yourself, man. It can get better and it can get worse.
You know what I'm saying? They call me McFlizzy, of course, but I am KOTC _ on Instagram. Anyway, that means king of the city. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm live like that.
I'm king of Denver.
Yeah. Right now.
Okay,
I'll be king of every city I can, you feel me?
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? We out, you feel me? It's getting kind of late.
I'm gonna go